Before we begin tonight's proceedings, I would like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, upon whose ancestral land the University of Sydney stands. Good evening, and thank you for coming to the University of Sydney for this unique lecture. We are indeed very privileged to have with us Dr. Abdul Kalam as part of the Faculty of Engineering and Information Technologies, Dean's International Lecture Series. I'm sure Dr. Kalam will be interested in some of the previous lectures. In 2006, Dr. Andy Thomas, Australia's second astronaut, gave a lecture, My Personal Experiences as an Astronaut. In 2007, Professor George Springer gave a lecture on composite materials from the shuttle space to San Francisco Symphony Hall. And in 2009, Dr. Gregory Chamatov, living and working on an international space station. Dr. Chamatov is an astronaut, and he lectured here at the University of Sydney from 1993 to 1995. Back to tonight. Dr. Kalam will need little introduction to most of you here, but I will summarize some key achievements in his illustrious career. He's a former President of India from 2002 to 2007. During his 5 years in office, he worked tirelessly on transforming India into a developed nation by 2020. As one of the most distinguished scientists of India, he has had unique honours bestowed on him from 40 universities throughout the world. In fact, tomorrow he will receive an honorary doctorate from the University of Sydney. He is the recipient of the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award. He has been awarded the King Charles II Medal for Science and Technology by the Royal Society. The Royal Academy of Engineering in London conferred on him its International Medal in 2008. Dr. Kalam was also the recipient of the 2008 Hoover Medal, an honour conferred upon an engineer whose professional achievements and personal endeavours have achieved the well-being of mankind. As a widely respected engineering visionary, he has played a pivotal role in developing the development of India's space program, helping to develop India's first indigenous satellite launch vehicle, which successfully injected the Rohini satellite in the near-Earth orbit in July 1980. And that made India an exclusive member of the world's International Space Club. He was a scientific advisor to the Defence Minister and Secretary, Department of Defence and Research and Development, from 1992 to 1999. Dr. Kalam served as the principal scientific advisor to the Government of India, a rank of Cabinet Minister. He is well known for his innovative campaigns to improve the quality of rural infrastructure. The Pura project, providing urban amenities in rural areas program, was initiated by Dr. Kalam and focused on the different types of conductivity that are required. Physical conductivity through better roads, digital conductivity through improved internet access, and knowledge conductivity through better education. Dr. Kalam plays an influential role in encouraging the uptake of science and technology by young people. And over the last decade alone, it is estimated he has addressed over 5 million youth below the age of 17. He has addressed several children's science congresses throughout India and overseas. In fact, yesterday, he addressed a group of high school students that we had visiting our faculty. A scientist and an aeronautical engineer by training, he advocates that it's possible to work cooperatively for an economic development, prosperous but in a peaceful society. Dr. Kalam's visit is timely in that last week, a session of the Australia-India Joint Ministerial Commission convened in Canberra with a focus on a free trade agreement aimed at achieving greater economic integration between the two countries. There has been a rapid growth in trade between our two countries. India is now Australia's third largest export market, and Australia is India's 8th largest trading partner. Science and technology is high on the agenda of both countries, who are working together via $130 million Australia-India Research Collaboration Programme. Dr. Kalam has published a number of books, including Wings of Fire, India 2020, A Vision for the New Millennium, Ignited Minds, Unleashing the Power Within India, and Mission India, A Vision for Indian Youth. Dr. Kalam's lecture this evening will address his vision for providing sustainable development for a country that is projected to have the largest population on Earth within 50 years. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Kalam to the stage.
Good evening, friends. Delighted to see all of you. I would like to greet Mr. Amit Dasgupta, Consul General of India, and Professor Archie Johnston, Dean, University of Sydney. Probably I'm giving his lecture. And members of the faculty, distinguished guests, researchers, and dear students, good evening to all of you. I am indeed delighted to be with professors, academics, researchers, and mostly students of the University of Sydney and elsewhere. I take this opportunity, the Professor Michael Spence, Vice Chancellor of the University of Sydney, for giving me the opportunity to visit the university and for giving and interact with the faculty and students. The city of Sydney, the largest city in Australia, marks a confluence of rich culture and diverse demographics and economic innovations. And at its core, my friends, two friends I've got, today they went to see this largest city of Australia, and when they went to Harbour, they got lost. So they came late 15 minutes. So the delay is attributed to them. They are sitting behind me. The University of Sydney occupies a special place in the history of modern Australia, being founded in 1850 and thus having a unique reputation of being the most historic university in Australia. In this way, the university, according to me, has orbited around the sun 160 times as an academic institution to have seen through a progress of modern humanity, through its industrial revolution, modern scientific progress, engineering marvels, times of war and peace, and accomplishment which have become the hallmark of the humankind's history. It is specially known for its research. Its all-round contribution includes provision of many great leaders of Australia, including 3 Nobel laureates. When I'm here with all of you, I would like to share my views on the topic of empowering 3 billion. 3 billion, half of the population of the world. It is about 6 billion plus. So I'm going to talk about how to empower nearly half the population of the world. Let us first see what are the global challenges which are collectively faced by the nations of the world. Today, the challenges of the world are poverty, many parts of the world, illiteracy, safe drinking water, clean and green energy, equitable distribution of resources, quality education with values for all, overcoming societal imbalances, curing diseases, quality health care for all, and good living conditions. Individual nations are working to find a solution to these challenges nationally. These challenges take various manifestations based on the local dynamics which are interconnected on various factors. Let us look at the dynamics of this manifestation. First one, dynamics of the global manifestation. The world today is integrally connected through 4 rapid connectivities. They are environment, people, economy, and ideas. I am glad you are cherishing ideas. We all know that global warming and climate change are no longer problems of individual nations. They are planetary problems. In the present time, a single product may be made out of components sourced from multiple continents and provide services to market far off from the place of the origin. We also saw how the economic turbulence originating one part of the globe shook the whole world, how a volcanic eruption in the island country of Europe brought the entire airline industry and more than 5,000 commercial flights to a halt. And recent earthquake followed by tsunami has changed the concept of safety and security of an island nation. Advances in transportation have progressively made movement of people across the nations and regions more feasible. This has led to the globalization of expertise and talents which can flow seamlessly from one nation to another. This also has led to the globalization of human diseases, the most recent instance being different kinds of flu, which rapidly spread across the globe, threatened the entire humankind. Similarly, ideas and innovations are no longer geographically or politically confined. An invention made today somewhere takes no time to find its market thousands of miles away. The expansion of information and communication technology, and the convergence of technological tools are structuring new world knowledge where problems of one part of the world can be solved by multiple experts based at different points of the globe. Seamless flow of information and people also means that local or regional issues will invariably gain global prominence, and unaddressed problems, including poverty, can mutate rapidly into a global terrorism, which we are already witnessing. The most recent example is that of the pro-democracy movements in Middle East, which started 3 months ago when a Tunisian fruit vendor lit a match, starting a fire that has spread throughout the Arab world. This flow of ideas has also led to increasing importance of global human rights and propagation of the idea of democracy. Let me recall an experience. While I was traveling in an aircraft in USA, the captain invited me for for a cockpit to chat. I was told that much of its controls were software-driven and most probably developed in India. When I presented my credit card, I was told that it was being processed in the back-end server located in Mauritius. When I walked into a multinational software company in Bangalore, I was fascinated to find that it truly presented a multicultural environment. A software developer from China, working under a leader from Korea, working with a software engineer from India, and a hardware architect from the US, and the communication expert from Germany, were all working together to solve the banking problem in Australia. Friends, when I see all of them working together like one family, forgetting about the culture from which they came or the language they speak, I feel that the only hope for such borderless interaction to continue is to inculcate the spirit of borderlessness in every human activity on our planet Earth. Based on some detailed discussion in many educational institutions across the world, and with many citizens in India and abroad from multiple organizations and disciplines, I am happy to present to you a distinct profile for the nations of the world 2030 as follows. A distinct profile for the nation of the world in 2030. That is another 20 years' time. Let me present to you this visualization. A world of nation where the divide between rural and urban, rich and poor, developed and developing has to be narrowed down. A world of nation where there's an equitable distribution and adequate access to energy and quality water. A world where core competencies of each nation are identified, missions synergizing the core competence of different nations lead to the economic advantage and faster development for all societies. The fourth aspect, a world of nation where all the students of all societies are imparted education with value system. A world of nation where affordable quality healthcare is available to all. A world of nation where the governance is responsive, transparent, and corruption-free. A world of nation where crimes against women and children are absent and none in the society feels alienated. A world in which every nation is able to give a clean, green environment to all its citizens. A world is prosperous, healthy, secure, devoid of terrorism, peaceful and happy, and continues with the sustainable growth path. A world of nation with creative leadership. A world of nation with creative leadership who ensure effective mechanism to resolve conflicts between nations and societies in a timely manner, keeping overall peace and prosperity of the world as a goal. Now, how do you achieve all these things? And out-of-box ideas needed to meet the distinctive profile of nation of the world 2030. Today, let me discuss about one of the visions in detail with all of you, which is how to reduce the rural and urban divide across the world. More than 3 billion people live in the rural regions in the world, and the empowerment of 3 billion will be the basis of our discussion further. The empowerment of rural regions of the world is critically important from the perspective of inclusive development, sustained peace, and shared prosperity of the world. Even the most developed nation in the world witness the rural-urban divide. For instance, when I was in Kentucky, USA, I witnessed how the rural eastern Kentucky is still in need of societal and economic development. Of course, when it comes to the developing and underdeveloped world, the majority of the population lives in the rural areas, which necessitate a special focus on them. Bridging of the rural-urban divide and closely linked with the mission of overcoming poverty and inquiry. About 70% of the world's extreme poor live in the villages and rural areas around the world. But this is not a complete picture. Driven by the need of education, health care, and better income, The rural poverty is migrating to urban areas in a hope to get a better chance to an equitable sharing of opportunities, often meeting with the despair. This forms so much of the urban poverty as well. The rural areas of the world occupy a position where there is an unharnessed resource and potential that they have youth and traditional skills which to be nurtured into value-added enterprise, leading to an environment of empowerment. How can such a mission of empowering 3 billion be realized? It would indeed require out-of-box thinking and ideas previously unconceived. We would need to evolve a sustainable development system which bring in sustainability and empowerment together and deliver in an entrepreneurial manner. So I am going to talk to you Pura and Pura Activator. The Pura Activator, my friend Srijan sitting here, and that guy is the brain behind it. The need of the hour is the evolution of a sustainable system which acts as an enabler and bring inclusive growth and integrated development to the nations of the world. One such sustainable development system is the mission of provision of urban amenities in the rural area. That's called Pura. That is provision of urban amenities in the rural areas through creation of 3 connectivities, namely physical connectivity, electronic connectivity, and knowledge connectivity, leading to economic connectivity. The number of Pura for the whole country in India is estimated to be about 7,000, covering 600,000 villages where 750 million people live. Pura means providing urban amenities to rural area. Pura means the villages must be connected within themselves with main towns and metros through by good roads, wherever needed by railway lines. They must have other infrastructure like schools, colleges, hospitals with better amenities, and this is called physical connectivity. In the emerging knowledge era, the native knowledge has to be preserved and enhanced with the latest tools of technology, training, and research. The villages have to have access to good education from best teachers. Wherever they are, must have the benefit of a good medical treatment, must have latest information on their pursuits like agriculture, fishery, horticulture, and food processing. That means they have to have electronic connectivity. First we thought physical connectivity, now electronic connectivity. Once the physical and electronic connectivity are enabled, the knowledge connectivity is enabled. That can facilitate the ability to increase the productivity, the utilization of a spare time, awareness of health welfare, ensuring a market for product, increasing the quality conscious, interacting with the partners, getting the best equipment, increasing transparency, and so in general called knowledge connectivity. Once 3 connectivities, that is physical, electronic, and knowledge connectivity are ensured, they facilitate earning capacity leading to economic connectivity. When we provide urban amenities to rural areas, we can lead to the upliftment of rural areas, we can attract investors, we can introduce effective, useful systems like rural PPOs and microfinance and small-scale industries. The number of Pura, as I said, for the whole India is estimated to be about 7,000, covering 600,000 villages, where 750 million people live. Even Australia has about 45% of its population living in the rural areas with over Australian $40 billion output coming from the farm, especially in the form of crops and livestock. This can give rise to the unique agro output and processed livestock-based Pura-owned operated by farmers of Australia. With the changing rainfall patterns in Australia, predicting a decline in the average annual rainfall, these Puras can also be elements to sustain the rural growth against the alterations in the weather and a focus on conservation, aggressive afforestation, and recycling of the water, which is vital need in the modern times. Similarly, about 30,000 Pura complexes would be required to convert the entire rural population of the world in a vibrant economic zone. There are a number of operational Pura in India initiated by many educational, healthcare institutions, industry, and other institutions. Government of India is already moving ahead with the implementation of Pura on the national scale across the several districts of India. Let me present a platform which is a unique enterprise-driven model of sustainable welfare model through an idea of Pura Activated. The essence of Pura Activated is the belief that Pura enterprise of a next generation need to think of its relationship workforce as beyond being provider of a mere livelihood. The Pura Activated envisages in the overall integrated development of the rural population in the Pura complex. Moreover, it has the vision of sustainable socio-business models which are as vertically integrated network of multiple entrepreneurs who share synergies and provide for the value addition to each other, leading to overall benefit of all the stakeholders. The Pura Activated has two kinds of entrepreneurs, resource entrepreneurs, and they will focus on the economic realization of the natural, traditional, and human resources with the help of customized technology and modern management for enhancing the income level of every household. The another one is the social entrepreneurs. The next category of entrepreneurs will work closely with the resource entrepreneurs. They would focus on improving the Human Development Index in terms of education, healthcare, improvement of standards of living, provision of amenities and equity across various diversities. These entrepreneurs will hence promote the realization of purchasing power in a better life, hence more skilled workforce in the area. So friends, now I will say that the entrepreneurs of Pura Activated would work in close synchronization and integration with the help of Pura champions, who may be institutions of organization of repute. And they will be partners with the government, local administration, and Panchayat Raj, village governance institutions. The entrepreneurs network of Pura Activated has to be evolved with a technical collaboration from a multi-dimensional array of technological and managerial institutions. Similarly, the enterprises from different parts of the world can be partners to the Pura Activated by acting as equity investors, exploring and facilitating market linkages, and providing a technological platform. The best practices, innovative solution to production challenges can strengthen the socio-economic rural complexes. In this way, the enterprises, academic institutions, and business units from across the world can share their core competencies to harness the resource of untapped rural and suburban regions, also lead to a human development. Such collaborative platform of 600,000 villages covering 750 million citizens in India alone, over $200 billion market in India, can harness an aggregation economy of scales, leading to mutual benefits. With about 3 billion people living in rural areas, this global development system, what I explained, can be expanded in all the countries. Thus, in this model, economic empowerment is channeled into value-based social transformation. Now, friends, in conclusion, since I'm in the midst of academicians and also entrepreneurs and students from the University of Sydney, let me discuss the linkage between national economic development and creative leadership. I'm going to give you a linkage between the economic development and creative leadership. A nation's economic development is powered by competitiveness. Competitiveness is powered by knowledge power. Knowledge power is powered by technology and innovation. There only university comes in a big way. Technology and innovation is powered by resource investment. Resource investment is powered by return on investment. Return on investment is powered by revenue. Revenue is powered by volume and repeat sales, as you know. The volume and repeat sales is powered by customer loyalty. Customer loyalty is powered by quality and value products. Quality and value products powered by employee productivity and innovation. And employee productivity is powered by the employee loyalty. Employee loyalty is powered by employee satisfaction. Employee satisfaction is powered by working environment. The working environment is powered by management innovation. Management innovation is powered by creative leadership. Friends, you saw where I started. I started with economic development of the nation, ended with finally, we need creative leaders. Now, for success in all these missions, it is essential to have creative leaders. Creative leadership means exercising the vision to change the traditional role from the commander to coach, from manager to mentor, from director to delegator, from one who demands respect to one facilitate the self-respect. For enhancing the enterprise value, we need a large number of creative leaders. As you are setting your goals for the 21st century, with the application of your minds and your dreams, I would like to share with you an inspiring message from Maharishi Patanjali in Yoga Sutra and ancient Indian literature 3,000 years ago. 3,000 years ago. What he said, Maharishi Patanjali says, when you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bounds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you will find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than ever dreamed yourself to be. 3,000 years ago, he said. My greetings and best wishes to all of you, friends. May God bless you. Johnson, I can take some questions.
Dr. Kalam suggested he's quite happy to take some questions from the floor. We've not got many microphones, so I'll have to ask you to shout. Very loudly. I've got one here, please.
Yes, sir. We've got a situation with the United States that saw itself as being doing good in the world, and as a result, it's now bankrupt. We've got a similar situation with the United Kingdom in earlier times. They also saw the need to do good for the rest of the world. And they're not in good shape and unlikely to come into a very good shape.
Well, I find any society, you find that two types of people. One is because certain opportunities have been given, for example, opportunities, education, and capacity building has been given, their earning capacity has increased. There are another type of people that capacity has not been given. And many countries, not one or two countries. In every country, that problem will be there. So we have to build the capacities. Capacity through knowledge, capacity through the experience, and capacity. That is, the people who succeed in life, they should be generous to lift the people who need help.
My question is, China, for example, does not really care about the rest of the world.
Who?
China.
China.
Why should India care about the rest of the world unless it improves China's internal situation?
Sir, you know the G8 countries are existing for a few decades. You know, G8 countries, the so-called economically developed nation existing, okay? But what's happening? What's happening? There are problems. Problems with the societal differences, and that differences get into the various transformation taking place. Assume another 5 years' time, India and China will become an economically developed nation. G8 becomes G10. I was teaching at Lexington at Gatton College of Engineering okay, in business and economics in Lexington. I had a student, 70 students. I asked this question, if G8 becomes G10, do you find that the peace and prosperity of the world will increase? Because 2 billion people have become G8 to G10. None of the, every student felt peace and prosperity will not come. That's why I have evolved with my students and researchers the Vision 2030. I have gone into details. It is not a nation, few nations. For example, you take Europe. Europe was fighting for hundreds of years. They were among themselves. They generated 2 world wars, World War I and II. Today, they have got a regional cooperation, European Union, with 800 members sitting there. They are working for peace and prosperity of 23 nations. So we have to go through, we can't be happy that my country is happy, I am happy, I will be happy throughout. No, if there is a big hill of prosperity, if a valley of poverty, you don't have a peace.
Can you stand up and say your name, please?
Could you say something about moral connectivity and ideological harmony?
What connectivity? Moral connectivity. Well, moral connectivity, what is your age? What is your age? Okay. I have got a plan for age between 15 and 35. The moral connectivity goes like this. You know, why trouble starts? That is, what I can take, trouble starts there. What I can take. But my mission is what I can give. I spread a mission, what is called, what can I give to the young people? What I can give, I don't need money. I can improve the environment. I can improve the education. I can remove the pain. The young people can do that. A young people mission, I am pushing that idea that we should go for what can I give a mission I have started. Okay? Do you understand? What can I, normally tendency, what can I take? When I feel what I can take, corruption starts. But when you say neutralize the what can I take to what can I give? How to change? That's why I caught hold of young people, they can change. Yeah.
This person here.
What is the question? You want to show me that? Okay, thank you. Any question? Okay.
This gentleman here, please.
For Pura to become a reality, as a young, fresh graduate, what can we do?
Well, I personally believe that Pura needs a lot of young people for 3 things. One is, particularly in India, the rural area, we are literacy about 70%, the recent trend. 30% of need help. So every young man and young woman can catch hold of 3 people and teach them how to read and write and give them education. Okay? Young people can do. Second one, every tree you plant, you remember a mature tree absorbs 20 kilogram of carbon dioxide, lets out about 10 kg of oxygen. You are improving the environment. Okay? Plant 5 trees, each one of you. Okay?
I have this gentleman here and then across there.
Where are you? I'm here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
That was a fantastic model which you showed, which links economic development versus creative leadership. Now, creative leadership also requires ignited minds, as you say. So ignited minds can happen with a good education system.
You see, education is a foundation for economic development and leadership. That's one thing in India. We have three types of education: primary education, secondary education, higher education. I'm not much concerned now in the secondary education and also higher education. My concern is primary education, because up to the age 15, the children should be creative. The ideas, what is put here, the ideas can be generated with the young people. So that means the education should be creative, classrooms have to be creative. That means teachers have to be creative, primary school teachers have to be creative. We are all pushing that idea, pushing the idea of creative classroom and creative teachers in the primary schools.
I just wanted to have a clarification about your Pura project. The quality of life in villages should be equal to the city part, or we should have a sustainable different type of lifestyle, which is not a copy of the city.
Well, it's a good question. It is something like this. You take a fishing village. What Pura aims at, it is not inverting, changing the fishing people into non-fishing people. That's not the idea. With the fishing, when he fishes, whether he can do the value addition by chilling plant, or the value addition by processing, value addition from marketing. This is what three connectivities will do: physical connectivity, electronic connectivity, knowledge connectivity, will lead to economic connectivity. That is capacity building in every area, like farming or tourism. Every area capacity it would building. A temple is a tourist center in a village. Now how the tourism technology, tourism management, tourism leadership, that capacity will be given through Pura. It is global level. Madam, it is presented to global level. When I said 3 billion people, they are not rich people, 3 billion people, you know. What I meant is, they need help. They need help. That means in various areas, for example, employment potential, and education, and healthcare. So that's why the capacity building starts from the employment. You build a capacity in earning capacity, okay? If you create a earning capacity, education will come, healthcare will come, inequality will reduce.
Maybe one last question in the center.
She is always, mothers are always right. Friends from mother's question came in. How many of you claim you are young people? How many of you? Lift your hand, young fellows, young fellows, young fellows. All are young fellows. Then, will you take a oath from me? Will you take a oath, or you are tired? Today onwards, I will find out whether you eaten or not for 3 days. Today onwards, I will make my mother happy. If my mother is happy, my home is happy. If my home is happy, society is happy. If society is happy, nation is happy, Australia is happy, India is happy. Thank you, thank you.
Dr. Kalam, that was an inspirational lecture. Like a good student, as a Dean of Engineering I am, I wrote the learnings down. I had a fantastic vision for the collaboration between India and Australia. Maybe the relationship can be facilitated by the love of both countries of cricket. Technology development can be achieved in a peaceful way. Thirdly, the value to the community of universities, students, and staff working together. Fourthly, the value of respected leadership and leaders. Dr. Kalam, you have demonstrated why you were the President of India and a fantastic leader of that country. And you are now a fantastic leader of this planet. Thank you. This is for you, Dr. Kalam, and this is for the two people that got you lost coming here. They have to carry it home.
This is the guy.
Also, this is for Mrs. Sheridan.
In fact, I would like to have these two gentlemen that have helped Dr. Kalam be acknowledged for their great contributions. Small gift.
Mrs. Sheridan.
Mr. Sheridan.
Mrs. Shrijan Pal Singh. Shrijan Pal Singh. Mrs. Shrijan Pal Singh. Please come forward.
Thank you.
I have, Professor Johnston, some books for your library.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's very inspiring.
Thank you.
You have to go this way, I think.
This way, huh?
Yeah, I think we are going behind. The cars are
Car
parked behind.
parked.